Welcome to the channel, everyone. In today's episode, I'm gonna build a sound deadening wall. It's supposed to treat acoustic problems, but I'm gonna build it a bit different than what you guys normally see online. As most of you know, I rent. So this studio is also rent. It's one of the rooms I have within the place I have. It's this one of the second room. And to paint it, which they allow me to do, but if I cannot match it when I move out, I'm gonna have to paint the whole place. And this place is 3 stories, so it won't be fun. So the best idea I came up with was just build another wall and put sound deadening on it. As you guys, most of you know, usually when you make an acoustic sound panels, is actually passive. It goes from the front to the back, and it just reduces sounds or verbal sounds. In my case, I'm just gonna build a wall and just build everything behind it, so I can be able to paint it, so I can have a good backdrop in the background. You guys know it's plain. There's nothing on here. And I also will do another miniature wall for the window. Since I'm renting, the window I have at this place is very thin. So when it's cold, it get cold. When it's hot, it get hot. And all the sounds comes in very easily through that window since it's very thin. So I'm also gonna build a frame around the window, and I'm just gonna block it off, which is not ideal for lighting situation. I only have 2 lights here. I also have a light up there, but it's actually off at the moment. Naturally, you want sunlight, but unfortunately, this direction and going that direction, that's what the window at, and the sun comes in at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. That's when the sun's starting to set and the light comes in. So throughout the day, I get nothing. If I shut all the light off, it'll be dark. I'm gonna show you guys a quick example. I'll be back. Off, off. This is 12 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. So it's very dark. So in my case, it's a win-win situation, so it won't really bother me. So I'm just gonna block it off instead. And let's get to it. Everyone knows that saying, measure twice, cut once. It's unfortunate for me. I did not take it into account that 2 by 4 does not really equal 2 by 4 inches. In actuality, it is 1.5 by 3.5 inches. After I had it cut at the local hardware store and brought it home, it was 1 inch shorter from all corners. Luckily for me, I had leftover wood from an old project, and it gave me the 1/2 inch I needed for all corners to assemble the frame. But that did not stop there. The mistake continued right after that. I forgot that I brought a corner brace. The plan before was to use the corner brace and screw the 2 by 4 within the window frame and have it fit perfectly. Instead, I took the frame to the garage, used a table instead of a flat surface, which was a bad idea. Luckily, I had many 2 by 8 laying around. Since it is heavy, it helped to keep it in place and held it somewhere securely on the table. And for the corners, I used leftover wood from an old project instead of the corner brace I had purchased, and it worked out well. As for the drywall, I picked up the purple version you find at the local hardware store, the 1/2 inch thickness, as it helped with moisture, mold, and mildew resistance. Since the frame will be used to cover the window frame, there will be moisture buildup on the glass, especially after blocking it off. It will happen more often than I can count, and I will not be able to see it. Usually you don't need to prep the drywall, but the edges might get bent and require sanding to flatten it. I even added a handle to make it easier to remove later if needed. as most of the wood will be tucked away into the window frame. Please do not use the handle to carry it at all, as the drywall will not be able to handle the weight. Same with the insulation I had picked up. It helped with mildew resistant. They are fire resistant and have great sound control. Those are usually the favor for sound acoustic treatment. It will work well since it will be used for the window. Keep that in mind, that a single layer window will be concentrated more often. It will build up more moisture in the long run. In return, will lead to mold, to mildew, and all nasty things you do not want. To keep the wood insulation in place, I use the landscape fabric. You can find those for cheap at the local hardware store. Then I use the stapler to keep it in place and stretch it to the edge and staple it. Then I went over it with the tape to prevent it from scratching the window frame paint when installing or removing. And look at it. I like it. Alright guys, I'm gonna split this video in half. You guys can see behind me, the wall is done. And also the variables actually got a lot better as the whole project is done. This is almost 2 weeks later and I have the wall done for the window. I'll show you guys a quick roll of it, and it's already painted. And stay tuned. If you guys like this kind of content, subscribe, hit the notification button, and hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. If you have any question, please leave them in a comment below. I'll be happy to respond to you. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.